In this video we're going to be making this wire spiral caged bead. It uses wire which we're going to wrap around and make a cage, and then we're placing the bead in the middle and then closing it around, and then afterwards you can use it in your work like this. So this here is the bead that's wrapped around there. So you'll need some wire and a bead. Round beads work best, but you can use different shaped beads as long as the bead is small enough to fit inside the actual cage. So we're using 6mm beads with 1mm aluminium wire. You can use copper plated wire, and for that you would use something like a 0.8mm wire. You can use the 0.6, but just bear in mind that it will be a little bit more delicate. The 1mm wire in the aluminium, even though it is thicker, it's still quite pliable. So I have cut off 10 centimeters of wire here. I'm going to start with your round nose pliers, and we're just going to make a loop at the end of this wire. So you want it so that you could just about feel the wire at the end there, and you're just going to make a small loop, curl it around like that. I'll go into more detail on creating these loops in my earring video and in the eye-pin linked video, but you're just creating that loop there. And then we're going to take either your flat nose pliers. If you're using flat nose like this, where it's metal inside, you can put a bit of masking tape on there to stop it from taking any colour off of your aluminium wire. If you're using the copper plated wire, it should be quite sturdy enough for you to use these pliers and not to take any colouring off. But because I'm using aluminium wire, I'm going to use my nylon jaw pliers, which gives a similar effect to if you were just putting masking tape on the end of there. On a grip hold, you can use your finger and thumb to hold this, but the actual pliers give it more of a grip. So you just hold the loop like that. So this hand is staying still and this hand is going to move the wire upwards. So you're just going to curl the wire up like that. We've done that. And you're going to keep curling that round, so it goes in like a snail shape until you have about 5 centimeters of the wire left. So there's 10 altogether, and you're going to the halfway point, which is 5 centimeters. So I'm just going to keep pushing that up. See, I'm holding my right hand steady and my left hand is pushing the wire up. You're just pushing it. Just going to push it against there so it goes like a coil. I'm just going to measure this, check that way. So I need to do it a little bit more. Check again. So we're at just over 6 centimeters, just under 6 centimeters. I'm just going to go a little bit more. Let's check that. Yep, I'm happy with that. So we're at the halfway point now, 5 centimeters. So that's what we have created so far. Let's see. So now we are going to spin it around. So I'm going to have it so that it's like that, and we're going to make a loop at the other end now, but we're going in the opposite direction. So with this one, the curl's going down, and with the right hand side now we're going to curl up. I'll show you that now. we're just going to make a loop at the other end. If you can see how that one's going down and that one's going up. Now we're going to do the exact same to this side that we did to this, where we're just going to create that snail shape. Hold it with your pliers, move your wire up. There. Keep going. So I want to show you halfway just so you can see. So that's the loop that we created first. That's a spiral that we created in the first part, and this is the new spiral. Can you see how it's? We're just going to keep going until we're about there. So they're both sitting on top of each other. Right, so that's there. Is your two spirals. So it's almost like a figure of. It's like a figure of 8 or an S. And now we're going to turn this into this little clam cage here. So how we do that is by taking your pliers, and we're going to just, if you just sit one of the spirals onto your round nose pliers. You can use something like anything that's like a cone shape, but your pliers will work best because it's what you've used to create this here. I'm just going to push the pliers upwards and pull the spring down. So upwards with your pliers, and then you're going to use your other hand to pull this little coil down, and it'll push it out and spread those little rings apart. So we've gone from a flat coil to a raised cone coil there. We're going to do the same with this side. Pliers in, and then we're going to push the pliers up, pull the coil down, and that's what I have now. And then we're just going to fold these in towards each other now, just with your hands, because remember it's aluminium, so it's nice and soft and easy to do. So that now is similar to that one. The two differences between these is I've just pushed those further apart on the one on the right, just so you can see clearly what I've done there. So that's where I haven't pushed them apart as far, and that's where I've pushed the coils further apart there. Once you've got that, you will place your bead in. I'm going to place this green one in just so you can see the actual difference between them. Place your bead inside there, and then if you're going to be threading through this, you just need to make sure that the hole on your bead is sitting roughly where the hole in your cage is at the bottom there, the centre of your spiral, and then you're just going to push these two ends together and then squish it closed, and then that is it. That's your spiral. Please ignore the state on the head pin. This is my demo head pin, so it's seen a lot of wear and tear. But just pop that through there, and there we go. And that's your wire spiral cage bead. So that's on a 6mm bead with 10 centimeters of wire. So if you were going up to an 8mm bead then cut off 11 or 12 centimeters of wire. So you just add on a centimeter or two each time you step up in size. So you can use it if you want a more thicker cage. You can use a 2mm aluminium wire, but with that I would advise you to go bigger than 10 centimeters, maybe do 15 centimeters, because it will be a really tightly packed cage otherwise. But yeah, so that's that there, and I'll show you a few different styles. So that is it there on the silver plated copper wire there. And then this is it used in an actual piece of jewellery. So this is on memory wire there. They're good for, as you can see, earrings, pendants, necklaces, key rings. You can use them for all sorts really. So that's nice. So if you've got some plain beads at home you want to jazz up with a little bit of wire, that's how you can do it. Right, thanks for watching, and if you want to do more wire work, please check out the other videos under the wire section. Thank you.